Hello everybody, welcome. This is a Verbling class with teacher Amy. And today's topic is the world's coolest jobs. So this lesson is going to be a bit of reading, but mostly speaking. We're going to read quite a funny, light-hearted article today on some of the coolest jobs in the world. So we're going to read about those jobs and then we're going to discuss what we think of them. Do you think these are cool jobs or not? Would you like to do this as your job? And then have a bit of a discussion about our jobs in general, what's good and bad about them, and possibly talk about the world's worst jobs at the same time. So it's going to be a bit of a class on jobs today. Come along in. If you've booked a slot in this class, then do join me now. And I'll just let you know about a little bit of admin before we get started. So, the first thing I want to tell you about, guys, is my Facebook page. Go and check out my Facebook page for Verbling if you'd like to. Lots of the teachers have these, and it's just a way of keeping in touch informally, sharing some cool stuff with you guys, and I don't know, talking about what we do in our lessons, talking about English learning. It's nice to keep in touch that way and share resources and ideas and stuff through Facebook. The other page that will be of interest to you is Verbling teacher page. That's the second link in the chat box. And this is where you should go if you would like to find out what classes are coming up with me or any teacher, when they are and what they're about. If you click on the follow button, that's the blue button somewhere under my name, then what will happen is that you will receive automatic notifications of the classes. So you can check out what's coming up without having to keep logging in. You can also see my calendar. So if you're interested in taking any personal tutoring sessions, that's where you and I are just in a room together, a Google Hangout, and you can focus on anything you'd like. So some of the things that my students do with me are practicing for speaking exams, are general speaking practice with much more intensive feedback than you would normally get in a class. Grammar explanations and practice, even writing sometimes, reading, pronunciation, whatever you really want to focus on, then do check out my schedule if you'd like to have a session just with me. What else can you do there? You can send me a message. If you do have a question about something, then don't hesitate to get in touch and I will get back to you. So, all that behind us, let's see who we have today. To talk about the world's coolest jobs. All right, who do we have? We have, first of all, Angelica. How are you? Are you there, Angelica?
Hi, I'm here.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you doing? How's life?
I'm fine, and I'm so excited with the class for today.
Is that right? Well, I'm very glad, Angelica. And tell me, why does this topic interest you? Is it because you think you have a very cool job, or you wish you had a cooler job?
Sorry?
Do you have a cool job?
Yes.
Yes. Not very convincing.
Yes. I love my job, but sometimes I think that I need some vacation.
Sometimes it gets on my nerves.
All right. I think that at some point, maybe, all of our jobs, even being a Verbling teacher, which is such a fabulous job, could possibly get on your nerves. I agree with that. No matter how good your job is, there must be times when you just think, oh, I need a break, right? All right. Well, welcome, Angelica. Good to have you. All right. Let's say hello to Kako. Hello.
Hello, teacher.
How are you doing? Good to see you back today.
Thank you. I'm doing well. And you?
Very good, thank you. Did you have a good day yesterday or today?
Yes. The
It's very
day
confusing.
is going well.
Excellent.
Normally.
Normal? Good. Okay, well, welcome to the class. Kako, do you think you have a cool job?
Yes, I think that I am adapted to my job. Then it's a good job for me. I look it as a good job. Yes.
All right. Are you? Do you think you're well suited to your?
Yes, yes. Well
All right.
suited.
Good. That's very good. I'm glad to hear it. Okay. Well, welcome to the class. Gustavo. Hello.
Hi, Amy. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Excellent. And Gustavo, we're talking about jobs today, and we're going to read about some people who possibly have the world's coolest jobs. Do you think your job is cool?
I like my job. I think that every job has good situation and bad situation. But in my case, the balance of good situation and bad situation is positive. I don't know how to say.
Yeah, absolutely. So the good
Positive.
outweighs the bad, right?
Exactly. And I like my job. Yes.
All right, excellent. 3 out of 3 so far. All 3 of these guys like their jobs. Very good. All right, welcome to the class, Gustavo, and let's say hello to Ivan. Ivan, can you talk to us today?
Yes.
Yay! Because we missed you yesterday in my second class. I kept trying to say hi to you, but
it was static. It was terrible, my internet connection.
Technological difficulties, huh?
Yep.
All right, well, Ivan, tell me, do you think you have a cool job or don't you like your job?
I think I have a cool job. I have a plenty of time to myself and also have the time for focus on my duties.
Yep.
So I think, yeah, it's a balance.
Excellent. All right, great. Welcome to the class, Ivan. It's great to be able to talk to you.
Thank you.
Now we'll say hello to Julian and... Hello. Can you remind me, is it Julian? How do I say your name? Julian, I can hardly hear you. Can you speak a little bit closer to the microphone or louder?
Yeah, and now?
Still could be better. It's like I can hear lots of noise, but I can't hear your voice.
And now?
Okay, I can just hear you. Maybe just speak as loudly as you can, please.
Better?
So tell me, do you have a cool job, Julian?
Yeah, I have a cool job.
All right.
Because you learn a lot and you have the possibility to know a lot of things, improve myself, and go to field and in the office, but not only in a desk in front of the computer.
I cannot hear.
I can just hear you, Julian, but I'm sure that the rest of the class cannot hear you. I'm just going to ask if you can see if you can adjust your settings. You might have your volume of microphone turned down too low or something. So thank you for telling me. I heard what you said, but I don't think the rest of the class did. So in order to participate a bit better, maybe try and see if you can adjust your settings, all right?
Okay.
All right, we will speak to you again shortly. Welcome to the class. I'll have to say hello to Mustafa. Hello, Mustafa. I am reading your messages, and yes, you can ask a question. Type it for me in the chat box. Raphael, hello.
Hello, teacher Amy.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, and you?
Very good, thank you. It's It's one of those days here where it keeps raining and then being sunny, raining, being sunny, raining, being sunny. So I just quickly went out, had a walk, and it coincided with the sunny part, which was great. I'm feeling good.
Nice, I'm glad to hear.
How are you doing? I want to ask you, Raphael, about your job. Do you think it's a cool job?
It's for me, yes. It's not my dream job, but it pays my expenses, and I am learning a lot with my job. So it's good. It's been a pleasant experience to gather more information day after day. It's been okay for me.
Okay, I'm very glad to hear it. So far, everybody's given me pretty positive answers. They generally like their job, which is fabulous. All right, let's say hello to Rosario. Are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hello,
Okay.
It's good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
Where are you from?
I'm from Italy.
You're from
Italy.
where? Oh, Italy.
Italy.
For
Yeah.
a moment, I thought you said Adelaide, and I thought, you can't be from Adelaide. That's in Australia. You'd speak English already. But
really?
Italy. All right, yeah. Italy. What part of Italy are you from?
I'm from Sicily, in the south part
Oh,
of Italy.
okay. All right.
Yep.
Very cool. I've never been to Italy, but I really, really want to go. I will go eventually.
You
I
should.
mainly want to go for the food, actually. I probably shouldn't admit that, but
Yep.
of course there's lots of beautiful stuff to see and do in Italy as well. But
Yes.
anyway, Rosario, tell me about yourself. Why are you learning English?
Because I work for an American company here in Italy,
Mhm.
so I need to practice my English, and that's what I like about my job, that I get a chance to practice my English every day. So that's,
Excellent.
as I say, it's not the coolest job, but yeah, I have the chance to learn about new culture, like the American culture,
Yeah.
and also I get to practice English every single day. So that's what I like about my job very much, and I have the chance to talk to people
Great.
because the job I do, I have to
Yeah, absolutely.
have
Well, that's one of
public relations.
public relations.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good to meet you, Rosario. Welcome to the class.
Thank you.
So far, you've all given me some great positive comments, about your jobs. So, what I'd like to do is we're going to have a look at this article. There you go. There's the link there. As per usual, I'm going to do a screen share. And basically, this is just a bit of a fun article. It's somebody's opinion on what the coolest jobs in the world would be. So I just want to read through these. There's not much to read. What we're mainly going to do is talk about what we read and see whether we agree with this writer or not. Do you think these jobs would be cool? Or, if you actually think about them, perhaps not? Okay, so I'm going to get Angelica to begin reading for us. If you could please read the title, and we have a lovely cute picture of 3 penguins.
Sorry,
No.
teacher. Sorry.
Yes.
Can you hear me better now?
That's much better, Julian. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, the coolest job in the world. Most people dream of escaping the rat race, but that would not be the case if they had one of the best jobs in the world.
Right, thank you, Angelica. Before we get started, do we all know what it means here by the rat race? Have you guys heard that before?
No. What mean?
All right, could anyone explain it?
It's something, for example, when I don't like my work, my job, and I want to go out from my job because I don't want to be here. Yes?
Yep, that's correct, Angelica. Can anyone add anything to Angelica's description? No? Has nobody heard this phrase before? It's quite
What?
Yes,
no?
I was in my previous work.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I was working maybe 12 or 14 hours a day, and Saturday and some Sundays too.
Yep.
So I was needing. It's okay. Escaping
Yes, I was.
for this. Yes, for this work, and 2 years ago, I changed this
Yes.
work. This work. Sorry.
Rate
I
race.
think. Mhm.
I was
Uh,
trying to think what it. I mean, how can I explain what it is? It's like when somebody pursuit, like it's pointless pursuit, I guess, something like that.
Sorry, Rosario, when what?
It's like a rat race is like self-defeating
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's quite
or
actually quite uh-huh.
or pointless pursuit.
Pointless pursuit. Yeah, sorry. It's just that I didn't hear you clearly. That's the correct phrase.
Yes.
Okay. So, Gustavo, yes, you've got the right idea. All of you have got the right idea. It's quite difficult to describe, but basically when we use that phrase, what we're referring to is the constant if you think of a rat, a rat is part of a big group, right? They never come by themselves. They're always
Yes.
part of a group. And
Mhm.
it's like this big competition that you have to do all the time. It never ends. It goes on and on.
Endless.
Yeah, endless, exactly. So this kind of endless competition to keep your life going, that gets you down a bit. Like you go to work, come home, have dinner, go to work, come home, have dinner every single day, goes on and
Yeah.
on. So that's the general idea, guys. Do feel free to have that look that one up and let me know what else they come up with in dictionaries and stuff. But that's the idea of it.
Mhm.
Obviously, these penguins don't look like they're in the rat race. So we're going to read the first job, which is here, related to this. Angelica, could you continue reading, please, from here?
The next reading, the
Yeah,
about
the part I've highlighted. Can you see it?
wait, the penguinologist,
Yes. Penguinologist. A penguinologist.
Penguinologist.
The Zoological Society of London have a resident penguinologist who who specializes in anything and everything related to penguins. Among his various tasks, Dr. Tom Hart is researching the trips to Antarctic penguins. Um, in 2011, he oversaw the largest penguin pool in the country at London Zoo.
Great, thank you, Angelica. So just you had a you had a difficult word to get going with. This is not a particularly common English word, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Okay. This word here is society.
Sociality.
Let me say it again. Society.
Society.
Correct. Yeah. So the emphasis is on the I. Society.
Society. Society.
Well done. This one here is specializes.
Specializes.
Good. Yep.
Yeah.
And then the last one, this one, threats.
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 Great. All right. Thank you, Angelica, blah, 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 for reading. Does anyone have any questions about any of the vocabulary? I know it's only short.
Teacher.
Yeah.
Antarctic. Does Antarctica have not to have a capital letter, or no?
Yeah, that's an interesting question, actually. Normally, when we're talking about Antarctica, yes, but perhaps it's here because it's an adjective to Antarctic penguins. It doesn't. Interesting question. Thanks, Kakao. I believe it's because it's an adjective here that it doesn't need one. But I'm not entirely sure about that. Okay. Any other questions?
Oversee.
Oversaw.
Yeah, from the verb to oversee. What does to oversee mean?
Supervise.
Yeah, that's a great one. Thank you, Raphael. It means to supervise, basically. Is that big enough for you, Gustavo? Is that better?
Thank you.
Yes.
Sorry,
Yes,
you have
thank
to
you.
remind me to do that because I generally look at it from my screen. Okay, so a penguinologist. Does anyone think that a penguinologist would be a cool job? Would anyone like to do that job?
Not really. It
Not
would
really?
be, to me, it would be boring.
It would be boring. Why? Because you
Boring.
don't like penguins.
No, because I have to stay there, observe what they do.
Yeah.
So yeah, at the end, I think will be kind of, boring job.
I can
That's what I do
definitely.
believe, but that's my personal opinion.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Rosario. Does anyone agree with Rosario? Thinks it would be boring because you just have to stand around watching penguins all the time.
Yeah. Because what can I do if the penguins don't answer me? And I don't know.
They don't talk back. That could
Uh,
be seen as an
Here,
advantage, couldn't it, Julian?
if I say hello to a penguin, what the penguin could tell me? Quack quack. No, I don't know. This curious.
here, teacher.
Go for it. So let's do Gustavo, then Angelica. Yeah? Oh, sorry.
Here in South America,
Uh-huh.
there are a lot of natural reserve. It's okay, natural reserve, which
Nature reserves.
penguin,
Yep.
natural reserve with penguin. I went 2 years ago, and the people that work in this place explain us that they not only study the penguin, they study the ecosystem, the natural, the weather, everything that affects these animals.
All right. That makes a difference, I think. Definitely would make a difference to me. Thanks, Gustavo. That's interesting. Angelica, what were you going to say?
Yes, I think that it's maybe for us it's a board job, but for some person maybe could be interesting job.
Yeah.
But I think that maybe it's a bit hard for the water, and I really I think that it can be an interesting job. Yes.
All right. Good point, Angelica. You all make very good points. What I want to ask is, for those of you who haven't mentioned anything yet, I'm going to ask Ivan. Ivan, say I told you your job is to study an animal for the rest of your life. Which animal would you choose? If you had to do this job, but you could choose which animal to study, which animal would you choose?
I will study the turtles.
The tortoise. Why?
Because of its longevity.
Mm-hmm.
That makes more interesting.
All Oh, right. Interesting choice. And do you like tortoises in general? Are you a tortoise fan?
I'm a sort of fan. Yeah.
Do you have a tortoise? A pet?
No, never. A pet,
Oh.
a dog, but
Oh, you have a dog.
I haven't had a turtle as a pet.
All right. Interesting. Ivan, thank you. I also like tortoises. I really like the fact that they're slow for some reason. I think it's like a metaphor for life. And I really like that story, The Hare and the Tortoise. Have you guys heard of that? I'm going to put it in.
Yep.
Yeah, I really like it too.
All right, thank you, Ivan. I'm going to ask Raphael the same question.
Maybe ducks. I like ducks. Ducks are fine. They are lively. They are adorable.
Ducks or dogs, Raphael?
Ducks.
Ducks. All right.
Yes.
Good choice. I also love ducks. Why? Why do you really like them?
I don't know. They are simple. They are calm. As I said, they are adorable, lovely. They just go swimming, and if they are bored, they migrate to another place. They go flying, and I don't know. They have a pleasant life, I think.
Definitely. One fact I think that made me really, I always think of this when I get angry. I read this thing. I can't remember where I found it, but anyway, basically, if a duck has some sort of argument with another duck, I don't know, they fight over a bit of food or something. You'll probably notice this now that if you ever see ducks again, quite often what they do is they, after they fought over the food and either lost or perhaps won the argument, they flap their wings. They really, really flap their wings and sort of scoot across the water or wherever they are. And apparently it's something to do with like releasing tension after having some kind of confrontation with another duck. And I thought this was really interesting because I always feel like that after I've had a confrontation. Like I feel stressed. So now I do this little post-argument dance, and it makes me feel much better.
Unfortunately, we don't have wings to do the same.
I don't have wings, but I do wave my arms about a bit, Raphael, in the privacy of my own house, of course.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys. Let's go on to the next job and see if it's any better than a penguinologist. So here we have. Do you guys know what Vegemite is? Have you ever seen this bottle before?
No, I know the brand Kraft, but never.
Sound like vitamins.
No, it's like veggies. Something to do with the veggies, I guess.
Have you ever heard of
extract? Is an extract made of yeasts that are a kind of fungus. For example, yeast used in process of fermentation of breads and wines, beer. They use yeast.
Yeah, thank you, Cacao. That's correct. So you can see on the jar just underneath Vegemite, it says yeast extract. And I don't know why, but for some reason, it seems like not many countries eat this stuff. However, we eat it in the UK, we eat it in New Zealand, we eat it in Australia. This one's from Australia, this brand Vegemite. In England, we tend to have Marmite, but it's the same type of stuff. It's like this dark brown paste. It's salty, quite strong, and people tend to have a strong opinion on it, whether they really like it or they find it disgusting.
Oh yeah, I heard about this things. My manager actually, she's from England, and she told me about this stuff, and she doesn't like it. She finds it disgusting.
Yeah, it's strange. It's one of those love it or hate it things.
Yeah.
Really like it. Marmite's quite different to Vegemite, but they're made of the same stuff. So if you ever have a chance to taste this while you're in an English-speaking country, to be honest, I don't know if they have it in the USA. They might do, but I've never.
I don't think they do.
No, maybe just a weird UK originated thing.
Yes.
Anyway. Alright, so that's what that picture is, guys. We have lots of weird things in the UK. And this job here, as you can see at the top, is a taste master. So I'm going to get Cacao to read it for us, please, from earlier this year.
Taste master. Earlier this year, Rich Kim from Brighton was selected as Western Australia's taste master, which will see him eat and drink his way around the state for 6 months and promoting it to the rest of the world. The job was advertised as part of a new campaign by the Australian Tourist Board, which saw 6 candidates being hired for the best jobs in the world. An American was hired as the chief funster for New South Wales, which includes being a professional partygoer as a VIP.
Thank you, Kako. Okay. So, are there any words in here that we don't understand?
I would like to know what party goer is.
A party goer. Can anyone explain what a party goer is? Nobody? Can anyone figure it out?
I am imagining that is a person whose function is whose objective is or task is to go to the parties.
Absolutely right.
As a professional.
Yes. So a professional party goer is basically someone who gets paid to go to parties. But you can just be a party goer. So if I asked you, are you a party goer, Angelica?
I'm sorry?
If I asked you, are you a party goer, what would you say?
About the semester?
No, about just this word here. We're just discussing party goer. This word here, it basically means a person who goes to parties. Okay. So we sometimes use this phrase to ask people if they enjoy going to parties, because some people enjoy it and some people don't. So Angelica, are you a party goer? Do you enjoy going to parties?
Oh yes.
There you go.
Yes, but I in the party that I had been, I don't like to eat so and
Sorry, did you say you don't like to eat at the parties?
yes, I only enjoy it in the party, but I don't like to eat and I don't like to drink.
I see what you mean.
Etc.
So do you dance?
Yes.
There you go. All right, so we can imagine Angelica dancing her head off at a party. Okay, any other questions about the vocab?
What is a chief funster?
A chief funster. Funster's not really a word, but you can probably figure out what it means. It's a bit like party goer. If I split it there for you, can you figure out what it is? No? Think of the word gangster. What's a gangster?
A sponsor is like a
It's a person who creates or seek fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
Once
All right.
A person that is very, very, very fun.
Humorous.
All right, so I think all of you've got the right idea. Yeah. A funster is probably somebody who is, the whole point of their job is to go and do fun stuff, okay? All right, so let's go back to the original one, a taste master. A person who is employed to eat and drink and say what they think about the food. Would anyone like to do this job?
Yeah, yeah, I would like to do it, but like back in the Roman Emperor,
A Roman
sorry,
emperor?
Empire,
Yes.
well, who used to do this kind of job was to make sure that the food was not poison for the emperor. So at this time, yes, I would like to do it. Even sometimes you could find some disgusting food, you can just spit it out, and that's it.
And you don't die, right, Rosario?
Yeah, it don't die. Yeah.
All right, good point. I vaguely remember learning something about that. I don't know if I'd like to have been a Roman taste master, just in case the food was poisoned, then that would be the end of you. Let's ask, who should we ask? Ivan, would you like to be a taste master?
Of course, I would like to be a taste master.
All right, then let me ask you this. Do you think that taste masters get to choose what they eat or drink, or do they have to just eat or drink what they're given?
What?
Do you think that a taste master is allowed to choose what they eat and drink? Or do they just have to eat and drink what their manager tells them to, or their boss?
That's correct. He has to eat whatever the boss says.
Exactly. So, Ivan, then I want to ask you another question. Which country's food would you like to be a taste master for?
I like Japanese cuisine, so I would really love to be a taste master over there.
Oh, right. Nice choice. Okay, who else can I ask here? I'm going to ask Julian. Julian, if you were a taste master, which country's food would you like to taste?
I like Italian food.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, typical food here in my country. For example, in food from Spain could be tapas. I don't know, Chinese food.
All right,
Sounds good.
good choice. Yeah, I think a taste master would be a great job, personally. All right, let's go down to the next job is. And we're going to get Gustavo to read it. First of all, here's the title here, Gustavo. What's it called?
Jester.
Great. Can you read about it? We're going to find out.
Okay. The tradition of court jesters may have come to an end when Charlie's eye was overthrown, but there are still plenty of professional fools. English heritage has had its own jester since 2004, when Kessler the Jester was appointed. Kessler was replaced by Peterkin the Fool, who was also been resident fool at Campbell Court Palace since 1992. The Guild of Jester has more than 30 full-time members.
Thank you, Gustavo. This word here is resident.
Resident.
Yeah. And this one? Guild.
Guild.
Great.
Guild.
And this and when Charles the First, right?
Correct.
Was-
Thank you. Yes, when Charles the First is maybe the font that put you off here because there's no lines at the top or bottom, no serif. But yeah, this is Charles the First. Thanks, guys. All right, so what is a jester, actually?
A joker.
Yeah. So what's their job?
They
What do you
have
have to do?
to entertain the king and the queen and the other people.
The court.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like a clown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sort of.
Kind of, yeah.
Whose job is to provide entertainment to the members of the court, as the colleague said.
Absolutely. To be honest, I would hate to do that job. I think I'd be absolutely useless at it. And I'd probably get my head chopped off for being a massive failure, and the king and queen would just get annoyed with me.
Exactly.
Does anyone think that they could do this job, or they might enjoy it?
No, I don't like.
Absolutely.
We all agree then. All right. In that case, let's move on, shall we? How about this one? Now, this looks better. Ivan, can you read this one for me?
Okay.
Hold on a sec. The title's here, so I gotta just show you. Can you read that out? What's this job called?
Water slide testers.
Yep.
Tester.
Okay. Now from
Earlier
here.
this year, Sebastian Smith got the ultimate graduate job as a water slide tester for the first choice. The job involves writing and rating the company's water shots in exotic locations. Smith's predecessors hung up his trunks after 4 years in the job, which he called the biggest job in the world. Smith will be expected to rate the slides for biggest splash and adrenaline factor. He will travel from Mallorca to Jamaica in the 20,000 pounds a year role.
Great, thank you, Ivan. Okay, any questions about vocab?
Where is the trunk?
Trunks. What are trunks? Good question.
What hang up his trunk?
Luggage.
Okay, a trunk could be luggage, but in this case it's not.
No, a trunk is like a car trunk. It's where you put stuff, right?
Yep, that is also
This is like an idiom.
Nope, this is not an idiom. So firstly, luggage could be where you put the back of a car. However, in this case, it's neither of those. Does anyone know what it is?
What?
Oh, no.
Angelica, did you have a moment of clarity there? No? No? Alright, it's talking about swimming trunks. Sometimes we call swimming trunks are what a boy or a man wears.
That's what I thought. Swimming suit. Yes, okay. See, I was about to say that, and then I thought, all right.
You should have gone for it, Rosario. But anyway, well done. Well done. Yeah, this is the swimming suit, right? Those things there. All right. Any other questions?
Yes. Chuts. C-H-U-T-E-S.
Aha. This is pronounced shoots. Exactly the same as that, right?
Shoots.
Yeah. Water shoots.
Water shoots.
All right, so what is a water shoot? Anyone have any idea? Or perhaps you can guess.
It's like a channel.
Yeah, that's a great way of describing it. Yeah, it's like a channel. Thank you.
Welcome.
All right, so who here would like to be a water slide tester?
I would like to be. I would like to be this tester.
Gustavo? Yeah? How come? Why? What's the good thing about it?
Because I think that it's necessary go to different place and different country,
Hmm.
and after the work you can you can know this place.
Absolutely. So you get to travel.
You get
And
to
then-
travel. You get
Yeah.
you get to paid to have fun, pretty
You
much.
get paid. Yep.
I think that I think that it can be dangerous
I need the job.
because you need to be like a mouse of the laboratory.
A lab rat. You have to be a lab rat, Angelica. Yeah, exactly.
And
I
I-
can,
I-
I can assume this risk.
You're willing to take the risk, are you, Kako?
I think the wage of 20,000 pounds a year is small for him.
Okay, it's not particularly well paid. However, considering that you get to travel around on top of that, and your job is simply going down water slides, perhaps it's worth it. And Gustavo's definitely willing to take the risk.
Hmm.
All right, guys. I don't know. I think I'm with Angelica on this one. Maybe it's a boy's job, Angelica.
maybe what? Sorry?
Maybe it's a job for boys rather than girls.
Yes.
Why?
And I can use I forget the the word, the way where I can wear the same thing that the men use.
You
Wait.
can wear
The truck, I can use the trucks.
swimming trunks.
Yes. Swimming.
You'd have to wear a swimming costume, I think, Angelica, because you'd be splashing around a bit, and you wouldn't want anything to come off at the end of the at the end of the water slide. Yeah, I think some girls would like to do this, but it seems like the two previous ones have both been guys. It's Sebastian, and then his predecessor obviously is a man as well. All right, let's see what this one is. This one looks much more appealing to me. Who have we got next?
I cannot
Teacher?
hear.
Who's gonna read
Okay.
it?
Who will to read? Teacher?
Hello.
I think that the
Teacher probably
I think-
has trouble
Teacher is
with
gone.
her connection.
Yes.
Oh my god.
It's been happening
Yeah.
all day.
Game over.
Okay, here she is.
Teacher hears again.
Here you are. We missed you very much.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Sorry, guys. That was
No problem.
so frustrating when that happens. Okay, and I didn't hear about the duvet tester, so I'm going to have to get you to read it again.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Julian. Sorry about that.
Yep.
Yep.
So who's gonna read it? Julian?
Julian.
Okay, go ahead.
Duvet tester.
Yes.
Duvet tester. Department store John Lewis employed a specialist duvet tester who picks out the most comfortable bedding for customers by testing it out first. Joe Unsworth is currently in the role and says it is probably the only career where sleeping on the job is actively encouraged.
Great. Okay, so two little words. This one here is comfortable.
Comfortable. Sorry.
Great. And this one, encouraged.
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 Great. Thank you, Julian. Great reading. Okay, so there must be somebody here who wants to be a duvet tester. And you're going to have to go head to head with me because I want this job.
Oh,
Does anyone want to take me on?
I was dreaming with this job.
I think it would just be my perfect job because you just work all the way through the night. All you have to do is go to sleep. When you wake up, you get paid. It's amazing. You got the whole day to do whatever you like. I think it would be fantastic. Can anyone think of any downsides to this job? Because at the moment I can't. Any disadvantages to being a duvet tester?
Yes, sometimes if I can do the job, if I can make it, I'm not sure if I can say do or make, but if I can do this job, I would like to sleep sometimes. But I think that it's like many jobs. You can feel tired sometimes and maybe want to sleep. I think that it's not a good job.
Not a good job?
No.
Okay, fair enough, Angelica. That's all right. You're out of my competition. I'm happy that you don't want to do this. What is a duvet, by the way, guys? That's a good question, Gustavo. Sorry. What is a duvet? Nobody knows?
I
I'm
think
not,
that. Okay.
sorry, I'm not sure, but maybe that the girl have in her hands or over her hands. I don't know. In this
This
picture.
here. Okay, this is a pillow. This is what you put
Pillow.
your head on, right? This is the duvet. So it's like a blanket, but it's got fluffy stuff inside or feathers. You can get lots of different types. So we have different names for this. Generally, it's called a duvet or a quilt or cover or comforter. Yeah, there's so many different names. It's quite hard to come up with all of them.
Yeah, that's what the American call it, comforter.
All right. So that's what it's talking about. It's the thing that covers you up in bed to keep you warm, right?
Okay.
All
Thank you.
right.
You won.
Cool. Okay, so I think we've just got time for one more. And what I'll get is Raphael to read this. Raphael, go for it.
Champagne taster.
Whoa.
The ultimate job in the champagne industry probably belongs to Olivier Krug, who runs the House of Krug. It helps to be brought into the business.
Born.
Drawn into the business.
Supposed to be born, yeah. Sorry, there's a typo, I think, Raphael.
Okay, born, okay. He is sixth generation of his family to run the champagne house. Krug travels the world, supervise the grape harvest, and drink lots of champagne. Once the champagne has been harvested, Krug oversees the tasting committee, which tries thousands of wines to check if they come up to scratch.
Great. This here is committee.
Committee.
Yeah.
Alcoholic man.
Rec committee.
All right.
I love this job.
Angelica's going for this job.
I don't like it, but I like.
All right. Are there any
Excuse
questions?
me, what is born?
Yes.
Born.
What is born?
Born. It's supposed to be born. This is a typing error, so it should be B-O-R-N. It helps to be born.
Oh, born, like
Yeah,
you're
born
born.
as in
Yes.
the opposite of die. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Angelica needs rehabilitation because he wants
Okay.
to
Sorry.
drink a lot of champagne.
Champagne. Yeah. Does anyone have any questions about? Can I just ask, what does it mean for something to be up to scratch?
Which tries doesn't want to check if they come up to scratch.
Any defect,
Sorry, Kako.
any defect on the product.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Is there a defect? Is there a defect? So if something is up to scratch, it means it's at the required level. It's at the required level of expectation. And if it's not up to scratch, then it means it hasn't reached what you expected it to be. It's not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so actually, I don't know if I'd want to do this job, because you'd probably just drink too much, wouldn't you? I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
What do you think, Raphael?
The champagne tester have to be to have a lever of steel to resist to the alcohol.
Nerves of steel, perhaps, yes. To stop becoming an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That would definitely be a downside for me to this job. It seems like you get to travel around. He travels the world. He supervises the grape harvest. He probably doesn't have a lot of choice because this has been in his family for 6 generations. So, I don't know. Would it be good or not? Hard to say. Right, we're going to have to finish in 1 second. What I want to do at the end is to ask you guys if there's any other job that you could have in the world apart from the one that you do now, what would you do? If you could just go, okay, this is the job I want to have, and somebody would give it to you. Let's ask Rosario. What would you do, Rosario?
What's up, Bella?
Pardon?
Did you say my name?
Yes, I said if you could do any job in the world apart from your job that you're doing now, what would you do?
I would like to be an actor.
An actor. Very cool. Okay. Raphael, what would you do?
Probably a musician, but I don't know. Probably.
All right. A musician? Nice. Julian, what would you do?
A writer?
Writer? These are all very artistic.
Okay, writer.
Yeah, no, you can say a writer if you have an American accent. It's just because I'm British that I say writer, so that's fine. You didn't pronounce it incorrectly.
Sounds good, that sounds very good. Right.
All right. Ivan, what would you do? No, he's not there. Maybe he's gone off to try and see how to get English on. Oh, there you are, Ivan. What job would you do if you could do any job in the world?
Oh.
Any ideas? No? Oh, and he's disappeared. Gustavo, what would you do?
For me, I would like to be a travel tester.
A travel tester. That sounds cool. Okay. What about you, Kako?
I would like to be an entrepreneur After
Entrepreneur.
won on the lottery.
Ah, okay. Win the lottery. Now
After
that sounds like a good job choice.
I just lost the connection.
All right, Ivan, tell me, what would you like to do if you could do any job in the world?
Poker gambler.
A what? A poker gambler?
Yes, I would love that. It's just one tournament, and that's it. You got 5 million in your pocket.
PokerStar.net.
All right. And Angelica, what would you do?
I would like to be
Champagne
a
tester.
drug
To what?
to champagne and truck driver.
You would like to be a what? A truck driver?
Yes,
Really? Why do you want to be a truck driver?
I love to drive. I would like to
Monster truck.
drive a truck. Yes, why not?
So hilarious, Angelica. Why not? Good question. Why not? All right. Maybe one day I'll see you on one of those programs, Ice Road Truckers. Have you ever seen it? I'll look
Yeah.
out for you. Thanks everybody for participating. I'm running over. I've got to go because I've got another writing class right now. So if you want to practice your writing, come along with me again now. If not, I hope to see you all again soon. Well done for some great speaking and have a great evening. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, Amy.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Everyone.